Good morning. I am calling the Peer Oversight Review Committee meeting to order. Welcome to the May 10th, 2024 Peer Review Oversight Committee meeting. This meeting is being conducted in person and via WebEx with the assistance of the Department of Consumer Affairs. My name is Laura Ross, and I am Chair of the California Board of Accountancy's Peer Review Oversight Committee, or PROC. Following the presentation of each agenda item, I will open the discussion and ask if any PROC members participating virtually would like to make any comments. If so, please use the hand raise feature and wait to be called on. For a public comment, I will ask if any members of the public attending in person would like to make a comment. If so, please step up to the table and wait to be recognized. Once any comments from members of the public attending in person are received, I will ask the moderator to open the lines for any members of the public participating remotely that would like to make a comment. Any member of the public participating remotely via WebEx will remain on mute until I direct staff to open the line for public comments. Instructions will be provided on how to make a comment at that time. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Mr. Parsons to take roll call and establish a quorum. When Mr. Parsons calls your name, unmute your microphone and state your name. Please remember to mute your microphone once you have stated your name.
Fausto Hinojosa.
Present.
Jeffrey DeLizer.
DeLizer, present.
Sharon Selleck.
Present.
Laura Ross.
Present.
And Nick Peterson. With that, we have a quorum.
Thank you. I will now read the CBA's mission statement. The CBA's mission is to protect consumers by ensuring only qualified licensees practice public accountancy in accordance with established professional standards. This mission is derived from the statutory requirement that protection of the public shall be the highest priority for the California Board of Accountancy in exercising its licensing, regulatory, and disciplinary functions. Whenever the protection of the public is inconsistent with other interests sought to be promoted, the protection of the public shall be paramount. I would like to begin by welcoming CBA member liaison to the PROC, Tony Lynn. Thank you, Liaison Lynn, for attending our meeting.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. My pleasure.
Okay, moving on to the agenda. Item 1, public comments for items not on the agenda. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to make a public comment? We don't have any members in person in Sacramento, so the moderator will now provide general instructions for those joining us remotely and then open it up for public comment for items not on the agenda. Moderator, please go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If any member of the public would like to comment for items not on the agenda, simply raise your hand. So you can click on the hand next to your name, or if you've called into the meeting, press *3, and I will give you the ability to unmute yourself and make your comment. We will give you a moment. All right, this is a moderator. I see no request for comment at this time. Madam Chair, I return the floor back to you.
Thank you. Agenda item 2, report of the committee chair. Item A on the agenda is approval of the February 16th, 2024 Peer Review Oversight Committee meeting minutes. If any member would like to make a motion to adopt the minutes of February 16th, 2024, please raise your hand and wait to be called on. I see Mr. DeLizer.
I will make that motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you. If any member would like to second the motion, please do so by raising your hand and waiting to be called on. I saw Ms. Selleck's hand go up first.
I'll second approval of the minutes.
Thank you. Are there any comments from any of the members? If so, please raise your hand and wait to be called on. Seeing no hands, is there, and there is no audience in Sacramento right now. Moderator, could you please open it up to comments from the public?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I will go ahead and open up the Q&A panel. Now members of the public have an option. They may type comment using the field in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, or they may raise their hand by clicking on the hand next to their icon. We are displaying instructions and we'll give them a moment. All right, I see no request for comment at this time. Madam Chair, I return the floor back to you.
Thank you. Mr. Parsons, can I please call for a vote?
Laura Ross,
Yes.
Sharon Selleck,
Yes.
Jeffrey DeLizer,
Yes.
and Fausto Hinoyosa.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item 2B, report of the California Board of Accountancy meetings. I would like to turn the discussion over to CBA Liaison Lynn to provide the members with an overview of the recent CBA meeting.
Good morning, Chair Ross and members of the PROC. I'm CBA member Tony Lin. I will be providing a report of the March 2024 meetings. At the March 21st, 2024 meeting, the CBA adopted its meeting day for 2025. Staff reported the CBA's Sunset Review hearing took place on March 11, 2024. CBA members Katrina Salsa and Executive Officer Dominic Fensala appeared before the Joint Sunset Review Committee and answered the questions related to the CBA mobility and provision, CPA pilot and advisory committee vacancies, and investigative CPA vacancies. As part of the Sunset Review process, the legislature provided a background paper for the hearing, and that contained an overview and history of the CBA and identified certain issues for CBA to respond to. The CBA reviewed it and approved it, proposed it, responses to questions from the legislature in the background paper. The Sunset Review report and the responses to the background paper are both posted on the CBA's website. We discussed activities related to the CPA pilot, requirements for the licensure, CPA mobility, and changes to the uniform accountancy. The CBA directed staff to continue to monitor the CPA pilot issues. Staff will provide an update of the pipeline related activities at the May CBA meeting and hope to have representatives from NASPAC, AICPA, and CalCPA and Academy at the meeting to provide input. The CBA reviewed it and approved it, a response to the one comment received for the proposed regulatory language to eliminate the pre-licensure professional ethic examination and replace it with a post-licensure requirement to complete a regulatory review course for the first CPA license renewal. The CBA adopted the proposed regulations and direct staff to complete the rulemaking, file, and submit to the Office of Administrative Law. The CBA directed staff to work with President Rosenberg to appoint 2 CBA members to work with staff to explore regulatory change to California Code of Regulations, Article 2.5, which address license status, and Article 12, which addressing continuing education, the regulatory change being considered, allow for emerging learning approaches and technologies, increase clarity and reduce repetition, update subject area, improve the regulatory review courses. We also took a support position on Assembly Bill 3251, which is the CBA's sunset legislation. This bill may include the CBA's proposed legislative proposals that were included in the sunset review report. The legislature will determine what proposals are ultimately included. Are there any questions regarding the March 2024 CBA meetings? If not, CBA will hold its next meeting in person at the CBA office at VA Westback on May 16 to 17, 2024. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Lin, for both attending our meeting and providing an overview of CBA activities. Are there any comments from members? If so, please raise your hand and wait to be called upon. Seeing no comments from the members, and there are no members of the public in the audience here at the CBA, moderator, please open it up for public comment for any member of the public participating remotely.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've opened up the Q&A panel. If any member of the public would like to comment on agenda item 2B, please type comment using the field in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, or you may simply raise your hand by clicking on the hand icon next to your name. We are displaying instructions and we'll give you a moment. All right, I see no requests for comment. Madam Chair, I return the floor back to you.
Thank you. We'll now move on to agenda item 3, report on peer review oversight committee oversight activities since February 16, 2024, and future activities. Item A is the report on the California Society of Certified Public Accountants report acceptance body meetings, otherwise known as RABs, and I'll be making this report. Since our last meeting, we've had 8 reports submitted. The last PROC meeting was on February 16th, and the 8 reports are listed on page 11 of the materials. All RAB meetings met with expectations. Are there any comments from the members in regards to the RAB reports? Seeing no comments, there are no members of the public in the audience here at the CBA. Moderator, please open it up for public comment for any member of the public participating remotely.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've opened up the Q&A panel. If any member of the public would like to comment, please type comment using the field in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, or simply raise your hand. We'll give you a moment, and we are displaying instructions. All right, this is a moderator. I see no request for comment at this time. Madam Chair, I return the floor back to you.
Thank you. Agenda item 3B is the report on the peer review oversight committee oversight of out-of-state administering entities, which will be the Pennsylvania Institute of CPAs and the Minnesota Society of CPAs. This will be given by Jeffrey DeLizer and Fausto Hinosa. The Pennsylvania Institute of CPAs was specifically chosen for review this year in response to the CBA learning that Cal CPA has contracted with the Pennsylvania Institute of CPAs to assist Cal CPA with their workload. This action was included in the 2023 PROC annual report. Before I ask members DeLizer and Hinosa to present, I would like to invite Rich Simidian of Cal CPA to share some information on how Cal CPA is utilizing the Pennsylvania Institute of CPA's assistance.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is Rich Simidian. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity to discuss this. As discussed at the last PROC meeting, the California Board of Accountancy has been working with the Pennsylvania Society to, as an extension of our program, we have supplemented our resources and extended some our functions to include members of the Pennsylvania State Society. So I wanted to provide a little bit more clarity because I think there was some questions regarding the extent of that work at the last meeting or previous meeting I was not able to attend. Just to be perfectly clear, the core team in place, the Cal CPA peer review program, is responsible for substantially all of the areas with regard to peer review. That ranges from scheduling, monitoring, technical review. All of those things are performed by individuals who are on staff at Cal CPA, or we also have technical reviewers who are not necessarily members of our staff, but through the contract arrangement work with us to perform oversights. In the middle part of 2023, we entered into an arrangement with Pennsylvania for specific areas of assistance. So I want to be clear on what those items are. Number one, as part of the peer review program, there's a significant amount of outreach required, both to the peer review community, to the peer reviewers themselves, as well as to the firms. When firms are getting close to a due date of their peer review, for example, we have an outreach process to contact those firms to let them know of an upcoming deadline so that they don't run afoul of those deadlines. We wanted to increase that level of outreach to the firms, and in some cases, as a result of their response, may require us to go to the reviewer if perhaps the reason for the delay is a result of a scheduling matter with the reviewed firm. So nevertheless, that specific function, that outreach process, is something that we needed to supplement our team. So we had two people in-house who were doing that. We needed some additional administrative support around that. So that is one specific area that Pennsylvania assists us on, and every one of those communications requires us to document the response and incorporate that into effectively the file, which is maintained within the oversight of the peer review database. So that's one area that continue to assist us on and will continue to provide assistance. The other area I alluded to earlier is the matter of technical review. Once a peer review is completed, when I say completed, the peer review firm has completed their process. It does not, it has to go through an acceptance body, which I know many of you are aware and participate in those meetings, but in between is a critical point of quality control for us. The review goes through a technical review by either a member of our technical review team, or now we extended that and we've added additional technical review resources just to deal with the level of volume. We have close to 2,000 different reviews that are being performed. So to ensure that we are completing our technical review on time, we've added additional technical review resources. At one point, we were looking at bringing in an external additional technical reviewer, and to train somebody up to do this, it takes a significant amount of time. When the opportunity came to bring in a very seasoned technical skill set that would be available to us, and candidly at a level that enables us to keep the cost structure of our program the same. We've had one fee increase with regard to the peer review administration over the last 4 years, and we try to keep those costs down. And this was viewed as a win-win, where we could increase the quality and the timeliness of our technical reviews and not incur additional cost of other full-time positions. So those are the two areas. I'd say on the technical review side, when I say we, California technical reviewers are still performing more than 85% of the technical reviews in place. So it's a relatively small percentage of the total population, but those two functions have been in place now and working very well for the last 8 months, and we plan on having that continue. So I'll hold off now, and if there are any other questions, I'm happy to answer any questions with regard to Pennsylvania's role in assisting in California.
Thank you, Rich. We'll offer everyone an opportunity for comments at the end of the presentation by members DeLizer and Hinojosa.
Thank you.
So I would like to now turn the discussion over to Jeff DeLizer to share information regarding the out-of-state reviews.
Right, I'll start. I did not review Pennsylvania. I reviewed Minnesota, and the report was a clean opinion. There had been an issue on their prior report that had noted some technical review care issues. That finding was not repeated. There was one comment related to a referral decision letter that went out prior to the RAB fully accepting that. It did not affect their opinion or their report. They just made a recommendation that the administrating entity should exercise care to process those things on a timely basis, and make sure that the timing gets squared away. So a clean report there, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Hinojosa to talk more about Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Mr. DeLizer. Regarding Pennsylvania, I submitted a written report, and the oversight was performed in September of 2022. So some of the changes I think that Mr. Simitian was describing are more recent than that, so would not have been part of this process. There were no findings in the report, and there was a finding in the prior oversight that was resolved and was not a recurring finding. So this also, I guess we can call a clean report and opinion, met expectations, and no issues were identified. So that's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Hinojosa. Are there any comments from the members on the reports on the oversight of the out-of-state administering entities? Yes. Oh, I see Ms. Selleck's hand up.
Thank you. I was just wondering if the prior year comment that Pennsylvania had was significant or relevant to bring up in light of their future use by CalCPA.
Yeah, the prior year finding was regarding system reviews that were not consistently presented to their report acceptance body within 120 days of documents being received. So that the details around that I did not have, but this was a matter that was specifically followed up on by the new oversight team. And indication was that it had been resolved because they would have been focused on that matter. So it may have also been, perhaps as Mr. Simitian recognized here in California, just volume, but it appears that that matter was resolved in Pennsylvania during the 22 year when the oversight that I was provided was performed.
Thank you.
Yes.
I see no other hands from the members, so we'll move on. There are no members of the public in the audience here at the CBA. Moderator, please open it up for public comment for any member of the public participating remotely.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've opened up the Q&A panel. If any member of the public would like to comment on agenda item 3B, please type comment using the field in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, or you may simply raise your hand. We are displaying instructions and we'll give you a moment. All right, this is a moderator. I see no request for comment at this time. Madam Chair, I return the floor back to you.
Thank you. Report, okay, agenda item 3C. Oh, thank you, Rich, for attending our meeting today. Item 3C is the report on notices posted on the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and National Association of State Boards of Accountancy's website regarding changes and updates to the peer review program. This item was done by Nick Peterson, who could not be here today, but he has shared his notes that I will read. Member Peterson noted that the NSABA peer review website contained nothing of significance at this time. He also reviewed the AICPA peer review website and shared that there was a peer reviewer alert that was issued in February of 2024. The peer reviewer alert included a board meeting summary from their February meeting and government audit facts. He noted that there was nothing actionable from the PROC perspective. The next AICPA peer review board meeting will be held on May 15th, 2024. Are there any comments from the members regarding this agenda item? If so, please raise your hand and wait to be called upon. Seeing no hands, and there are no members of the public in the audience here at the CBA, moderator, would you please open it up for public comment for any member of the public participating remotely?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've opened up the Q&A panel. If any member of the public would like to comment on agenda item 3C, please type comment using the field in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, or you may simply raise your hand. We are displaying instructions and we'll give you a moment. All right, I see no request for comment at this time. Madam Chair, I return the floor back to you.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item 3D, assignment of future peer review oversight committee oversight roles, responsibilities, activities, and assignments. Matt Parsons will be seeking volunteers for the activities listed in attachment 1 of the materials.
Thank you, Chair Ross. If you could turn to the first attachment, or attachment 1, page 1 on item 3D. I'll go ahead and start there at the bottom with the peer review related updates. That is review of applicable websites.
I see Mr. DeLiser's hand.
All right. Thank you. Next, we have the out-of-state entity reviews. First one is Nevada Society of CPAs, next being New Jersey Society of CPAs. Any volunteers for either of those? All right, thank you, Member Selleck. Does it matter which one?
Is it okay if I take Nevada?
Sure. And then a volunteer for New Jersey. All right, Member Hinoyosa. Okay, moving on. We are currently at about 11 RABs for the year, so we're just past perhaps the first quarter or around that, so keep that in mind, but I'll kind of run down the remaining assignments. The May 14th RAB at 9 a.m. Is that you, Member Selleck?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot to take that off.
I'm sorry? Oh, okay. Thank you, Member Hinoyosa. Okay, next we have the AICPA Peer Review Board meeting. We have not attended any of those as of today. There are a couple more approaching as the year goes on, but that's the next available one. I think I sent an email out and no one had volunteered, so we'll pass that actually. The CBA meeting.
I will be attending that.
All right, thank you, Chair Ross. Next, we have the May 28th Cal CPA RAB at 2 p.m. Okay, no volunteers for that. June 6th, there are two. There's one at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. All right, Member DeLiser, do you prefer the 9 or the 2?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Let's go with the 9.
All right. Thank you. Next, we have the June 11th RAB at 9 a.m. Okay, no volunteers. June 13th, there's a RAB at 2 p.m.
I can do that one.
All right, Chair Ross, thank you. June 20th at 2 p.m. Okay, no volunteers. June 25th at 2 p.m. Okay, Member DeLizer, I'll put you down, thank you. That would put us roughly at 16, so that's a good space for this time of year. Following that would be the next CBA meeting would be July 25th and 26th.
I'll also attend that one.
All right, thank you, Chair Ross. And that should do it. I thank you for volunteering.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. Moving on to agenda item 4, report. Before we move on to the next agenda item, I'm going to ask Michelle Center to discuss the ASV assignment.
So I just want to provide some clarity and also an invitation. So in the assignments that we just went over, Chair Ross is volunteering to attend the board meeting in both May, as in next week, as well as the one in July. But I also want to remind our PROC members that our board meetings are available for your attendance via WebEx, and you are able to participate and comment as a member of the public. Chair Ross is of course attending as our PROC representative. In terms of our meeting next week, I would like to call your attention to an item that may be of particular interest to you. It is item 2B, and it has 5 parts, so call it a mega item if you will. It is an item related to the pipeline, and we will have presenters there from NASBA, Cal CPA, AICPA, and board staff will also be presenting a licensure framework for discussion that relates to the CPA pipeline. That item has been set at a certain time to increase the possibility of public attendance, so it will be heard on Friday at 9 a.m. And I just wanted to call your particular attention to that and remind you that you are able to participate as a member of the public if that is of interest to you. Thank you.
I'd also like to discuss the assignment of 2 PROC members to perform the 2024 administrative site visit. Last year it was performed by Mr. Peterson and Ms. Selleck. We'd like Mr. Peterson, who is not here, to repeat this just to keep some continuity and always have an experienced person. But he's not present today, so I'm going to reserve asking him to see if he can participate. I was also interested in doing the ASB, so I'm going to volunteer myself also. Is anyone else interested in volunteering? So pending the discussion with Mr. Peterson, we will revisit this and make sure that we have 2 people officially assigned, but that would be the tentative plan for right now. Are there any additional comments from the members regarding our assignment of oversight activities? Seeing no comments from the members, And there are no members of the public in the audience here at the CBA. Moderator, will you please open it up for public comment for any member of the public participating remotely?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've opened up the Q&A panel. If any member of the public would like to comment on agenda item 3D, please type comment using the field in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, or simply raise your hand. We are displaying instructions and we'll give you a moment. All right, this is a moderator. I see no request for comment at this time. Madam Chair, I return the floor back to you.
Thank you, moderator. Moving on to agenda item 4, report of the licensing chief, Michelle Center, chief of the licensing division.
Thank you, Chair Ross. So I'm going to go over item 4A, which is a report and discussion of the updated administrative site visit checklist. The purpose of this agenda item is to provide an opportunity for the PROC to review and approve the administrative site visit checklist to be used during the 2024 administrative site visit, which I'm going to call ASV because it's a mouthful, to California's peer review administering entity. We all know that is currently the California Society of Certified Public Accountants, or CalCPA. Since 2016, the PROC has continued to actively revise the ASV checklist to ensure relevance and effectiveness. In 2022, PROC members updated and condensed the ASV checklist into a single, more comprehensive checklist. And then following the November 2023 and December 2023 ASV to CalCPA, staff determined the current process and ASV checklist needed further clarity and increased flexibility to address identified areas of concern. Requirements in the updated checklist have been updated to include categories such as verbal affirmations, data, policies and procedures, and descriptions. Changes were also made to the initial steps of the ASV process to include additional pertinent information in preparation for the ASV, such as an initial meeting with staff and providing the PROC members participating in the ASV with the most recent AICPA oversight report of the AE, or administering entity. We have also moved the timeline up to provide staff, CalCPA, and the PROC more time to complete the ASV before the December PROC meeting. We have hopefully confirmed 2 members to participate in the ASV at today's meeting, which we would normally have done in August. Staff recommend that the PROC approve the ASV checklist and delegate authority to Chair Ross to make any necessary edits prior to presentation of the checklist to the board at its July 2024 meeting for their approval. I'd like to turn the discussion of this item back over to Chair Ross, and I'm here to answer questions.
Are there any comments from the members? If so, please raise your hand and wait to be called upon. I see Ms. Selleck's hand.
Hello, thank you. Question, there were 2 spots that refer to the AICPA in the checklist. One was on page 5 of the ASV and D, and the other one.
I know her question.
And
Yes, thank you. There were, that was an error on our part. We will be removing things that are not referring to CalCPA, or if they were intentional, because we know CalCPA does not do that, but instead our approved provider does, then we will use that term instead of AICPA.
Okay. And would that also relate to item E on page 8 about the PRC? Of just, if that's the RAB or the technical reviewer?
Yes, I did see that question that you had. We believe that should have said RAB or PRC.
Okay. Thank you. And then just the last one was whether we wanted kind of like a notes for next year section before the conclusion, or if that space in the conclusion could do that, or if it was better to have a section to encourage people for specific notes.
If the members of PROC would like us to add a section for notes that could be used for the next ASV, we're happy to include that in this version. Member Selleck also was very helpful, providing us some formatting corrections that we need to make. So we will be making some of those after this meeting also. But would, if no one is, if people want a note section or no one is concerned about having one, then we'll go ahead and we will make that adjustment also. Any comments on that would be appreciated. Laura?
It seems like a note section would be helpful. Is there a reason to not include a note section?
I don't think there's a reason not to. I think we all just will prepare it considering what its purpose would be, which is to inform the individuals that will be participating in the next ASV.
Yeah. Yes, I see Mr. DeLyser's hand.
Yeah, my comment was going to be the same. As I think that a notes to next year would be helpful, but it needs to be kind of clearly stated that those notes are not part of the determination of meeting expectations or not. That those are designed to be assistant to the next group. I think as long as that's clear, I think notes to next year might be real helpful to, especially in years in the future, if we imagine that maybe we're not always able to keep continuity, you know, and you've got a brand new team all of a sudden, and Michelle's trying to kind of get them up to speed and ready to do it. A notes to next year might be helpful to them. But the other thing I just wanted to say is I really do like this new format. This is I think it's going to be way more effective than the 4 or 5 checklist version that we had before, where there was just too much room to try to objectively or subjectively rather determine what the question was asking. So congrats to staff for the updates.
Thank you, Thank you, Mr. DeLyser. Are there any additional comments from the members? So thank you for those. There are no members of the public in the audience here. Oops. Oh, Mr. DeLyser, I see your hand is it still up or is it a new hand?
It's a new hand. You need a motion, don't you? I would move that we approve the new checklist, pin and
Well,
delegate authority to Chair Ross to make the final amendments recommended by Ms. Selleck.
If we could table that for 1 second, oh, okay. All right. Do I have we are taking Mr. DeLyser's motion. Do I have a second? See Mr. Hinosa?
Yep, I second the motion.
Okay. Now it's gone. Now there are no members of the public here in the audience of CBA. Moderator, could we please open it up to public comment for any member of the public participating remotely?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've opened up the Q&A panel. If any member of the public would like to comment on agenda item 4A, you may type comment or else raise your hand. And I do see Rich Simonian has his hand raised.
And Madam Chair, I'd just like to comment that we support the changes that have been made with regard to the oversight and appreciate staff's diligence in accepting some of our input with regard to ensuring that the steps align with current activities of the California Board of Accountancy as the administering entity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Simidian.
All right, this is a moderator. I see no further requests for comment. Madam Chair, I return the floor back to you.
Thank you. Mr. Parsons, can we please call for a vote?
Laura Ross,
Yes.
Fausto Hinojosa,
Yes.
Sharon Selleck,
Yes.
and Jeffrey DeLizer.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. I will turn it back over to Ms. Center.
So the agenda item has 4B, which is a report and discussion of peer review statistics data from the AICPA. We are having to defer this item. We had some questions that we submitted to the AICPA, and they just answered those questions, I think, yesterday or the day before. So staff will have to review those answers and get this on your next agenda.
Thank you, Ms. Center. Moving on to agenda item 5, closing business. Item A, agenda items for future peer review oversight committee meetings. Prior to adjourning the meeting, I would like to invite members to suggest topics for inclusion in future committee meetings. If you would like to make a recommendation, please raise your hand. Seeing no hands up, and there are no members of the public in the audience here at the CBA. Moderator, please open it up for public comment for any member of the public participating remotely.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've opened up the Q&A panel. If any member of the public would like to comment on future agenda items, please type comment using the field in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, or simply raise your hand. We are displaying instructions, and we'll give you a moment. All right, this is a moderator. I see no request for comments at this time. Madam Chair, I return the floor back to you.
Thank you. Number 6, adjournment. The PROC meeting is complete and we are now adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.